Greetings from Finkbeiner Park, here on the Northwest Nazarene University campus. I'm Mike Stetson, Sports Information Director, and want to thank you for watching the Crusaders Coaches Show. This week on the show, we've got head women's soccer coach Mary Trigg talking about the upcoming season, along with senior volleyball player Elayna Rice. I'm here on the soccer field, where the ladies will be taking on the Regis Rangers on Friday to kick off the season. Then on Monday, 1:30, NNU back in action as the ladies host San Francisco State, inviting all the fans to come out, support your Crusaders, cheer them to victory. Thanks for joining us, and it's time for the Coaches Show. We are here today with Coach Mary Trigg, whose women's soccer team had a couple of exhibitions already and will be playing their first game of the 2015 season this Friday. Thank you for joining us and being the first guest of the year on the Coaches Corner Show.
Yeah, thanks.
Start off with, how excited are you guys to get the year going?
We're really excited. I think exhibition games just get you wishing some of them would count, but excited because it shows a lot of good stuff early on of what we need to focus on and what we're doing some stuff pretty well at. So,
talk a little bit about those exhibition games. We've seen Nicole score a couple goals, Ashley, Labinti. We've seen some goals from all over, and of course Lexi doing exactly what she did last year. She's setting up 3 of the 5 goals so far.
Offensively, we're clicking. We're returning 10 of our 11 starters from last year. So we've shown right away that we know each other, we know what we need up top, and it's fun to see Kelsey's back and healthy, and so it's fun to get her back. We missed her last year, and then getting a couple other girls in, some new girls in, and so it's fun to see them kind of leave off from where they did in spring with such a good spring we had, and starting to build from that momentum we had in the spring. It's fun to see goals going from different people and being set up by different people too.
Talk a little bit about the makeup of this team. There are a lot of returners who have that experience. How much does that help this team, and how much do you hope that they've progressed into the next season?
Yeah, it's a huge help just looking at it from where we were last preseason. We had 10 new people, and I think last preseason we had 8 of our 11 starters were new. So now to come in this year and having 10 of our 11 starters that were here last year, and Kelsey coming back in that has been a starter in the past for us, we started off almost like how we did last year, a month into the season. We already started off knowing each other. The new girls have fit in great and are really buying into the culture and what we have. And so we can already tell a difference of just really knowing people's styles and knowing what each other wants on the field. So that's been the biggest advantage.
Who have been some of the bright spots as far as newcomers that have joined the team this year?
We don't have tons of newcomers. We have a couple girls that came in last spring. And then this fall, our true freshmen are Olivia in the back and then Chloe in goal. So some key positions for us, and they've gotten tons of minutes in our exhibition games, and they've stepped up right away. And it's fun having so many returners, because then the new ones do step up. They just go into the culture that's already been established, and they've been doing that well.
Talk about the strengths for this team. We've seen some goals, we've seen some good defense, a shutout against College of Idaho. So where are you finding the strengths of this team going to be?
I would say, our offense, returning to our full midfield again. Our strengths for us are really being able to possess, and that's what we're trying to focus on. And I'd say through our midfield. Our midfield was our strength last year, and that's our strength again. But it's fun for me to even have to hesitate on our strength, because I think we've added so much more depth this year. and it's the first time since I've been here that we can sub a good amount of people and not lose the level. So it's good. The depth is probably our biggest strength.
Watching this team last year, that seemed to be the biggest thing that kept us from progressing up the standings and maybe into the playoffs. The 3 through 6 area is pretty well packed, and it was just not having that depth. How much does that change where this team could finish now that you have 19 players, I think is what you've been playing?
Yeah. I mean, it's huge. We lost, you probably know better than me, a lot of overtime games last year, or games in the last minute. So it's huge that we can, I hope that takes care of the problem. We have a good amount of girls that we can sub in and not lose those last 5 minutes of a game or the overtime. We'll have our midfield rested, we'll have our forwards rested. And it allows us to, if someone's injured, to not have a huge drop-off. So this year we're relying on every single player.
Talk about this weekend's game. Regis coming in Friday. I know you're not quite probably looking ahead to San Francisco State on Monday, but to talk about Regis, 10-time national tournament qualifying team. This is a team, you have a good result, really puts the team on the map.
Yeah, Regis is a great team. They have a couple of good Boise girls too. So we know some of them. We played them last year at their place, so we have a feel for what they're like. But they have a lot of returners too, and they've got a good team. They're always well coached and well organized. So we've been telling the girls, it's a great challenge right off the bat of what do we need to fix, what are we good at. We're going to really see it against a really good opponent. So that's the thing I'm most excited about. I want to get a result, but it's really good that right away against a really sound team, and a team that always does well, we're going to be able to measure it up and see what we have to fix.
What's a good year for this team? I know playoffs is always the goal, but is that a realistic goal for this team?
It's always our goal. If you're not fighting to be in the top 4 in our conference, then you lose your momentum really quickly. So our girls always know that's what we're striving for. But it's fun that we can have. We're always looking to set records here. Last year we set some assist records and I think the longest unbeaten streak and those kind of things. We keep trying to do those things, and those baby steps then. Those different little records that we're always trying to break, it's going to eventually set us up to be in playoffs one day. So I think the girls know that that's always our goal, but once it comes into season, every game we're just so focused on that very next game.
I appreciate you joining us, Coach. I want to remind you fans, we're right here on this field, Friday, 5 o'clock, Regis Rangers against your Crusaders. Come out and cheer the ladies on to victory.
Thanks, man.
The Crusader women's soccer team, shown here, picked up exhibition wins over Eastern Oregon 3-1 and the College of Idaho 2-0. Lobitny Canoe, Ashley Cook-Cox, and Sarah Jenkins scored against the Mountaineers, while Nicole Insa had a pair of goals against the Coyotes, and Lexi Fessenbeck had 3 assists in the 2 wins for the Crusaders. The NNU men, shown here, picked up a 2-2 draw at Gonzaga and then topped the Coyotes 5-3. In the win against the Coyotes, Renee Duval had a pair of goals, while Eric Anderson and Fernando Alvarez had a goal in each game, and newcomer Ibu Camara had a goal in the game against the Coyotes. Welcome back. We are joined by senior volleyball player Elayna Rice, who will be going for, national championship this year, right?
Yeah.
Talk a little bit, start off with how exciting is it to be back? You guys have been on the court for a few weeks now. How much fun has it been to be back?
It's been a blast. This team this year has just been so easygoing, and we get along really well. So it's fun to just go out on the court and compete. And we haven't had much school yet, so I mean, our mind is all on volleyball right now, which is pretty fun.
You guys had the exhibition over at College of Idaho last week, 4-set win. How well did things go, and how important was it to get on the court against somebody else and work out some of the bugs?
I mean, it's always a different aspect of when you play someone else, so it was good to just go up to a team and know that we can win this one. I mean, not that we can't beat anyone, but it's just fun to always play a crosstown rival, and just working out the kinks, like you said, is just a huge step of growing and becoming a better team.
Double-double for you in the match. How nice was that to start, not officially start the season, but start the season playing well?
It's good. I mean, I can't do it without any of my other teammates, so it's just reassuring of all the work our whole team has put in through the past 2 weeks.
Talk about some of the teammates. I mean, you, Taylor, Kendra, Maddie, big parts that are back, Linnea. A lot of good players are back, but then people will look at the roster and they'll know that Michelle is gone, Taylor Roberts is gone, and Caitlin's gone, and Andy's gone. How much do you guys miss some of the players that aren't back?
I mean, I miss them because some of them are my best friends, but honestly, it's fun to have a new team dynamic, and without Michelle, yeah, we miss her, but Haley's doing an amazing job. Breezy's doing an amazing job. I think we have nothing to be afraid of without them. So.
Talk about Haley and Breezy. You've been playing with Michelle for so long, had her setting you for so long. What was it like working with Haley? I almost said Michelle. What was it like working with Haley on Thursday or Wednesday night, and how well are the new setters doing?
I think they're doing great. Haley's been setting me for 2 years now, so not in games, but just at practice and open gyms, and she has a really good connection with all of us, which helps a lot going into preseason. But then Breezy was here 2 years ago, and so we already know how she works, and she works her butt off, and so it's I don't know, they're doing a great job, and I wouldn't have anyone else being our setters. So.
How are the expectations? I mean, we talked about last year that you guys were focused on making nationals after being so close. How far does this team go this year? How much do you need to make nationals this year and stuff like that?
I think a big part of it is most of us have been there, and we know what to expect. We know the pressure that we're going to be under, and I think that could help us in the long run. And I mean, one of our goals is to win at least the first round, but we want to advance as far as we can, obviously making it to Elite 8, but I mean, we have to take it one game at a time, but I think just being there has made a huge difference.
Now in March, it was March, right? You went to U.S. Nationals training, tryout. What was it that you went to in March that was U.S. National team?
It was the Olympic tryout for the U.S. national team.
So you're going to the Olympics?
No.
Oh.
No.
How exciting was that? And I mean, that had to be just an amazing experience.
It was really cool. There was a lot of amazing athletes there, but it was cool to be coached by the top coaches in the nation, and just getting to play at such a high level, which really brings out my own confidence, and just makes you a better player when you're surrounded by those great athletes. So it was just a cool experience to see what high level we could be playing at.
Was it a lot of Division I and graduate players and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Did you see a lot of players that would compare on the level that NNU's at?
Yeah, I mean, there were 16-year-olds that were crushing balls in front of the 10-foot line. So, I mean, there's some not NNU level girls, but there's a wide range, and it was cool. I don't know how to explain it sometimes. It's just like there's a lot of good athletes, and some from Duke, some from like UCLA. It was cool to meet new people too.
Well, obviously, it's a great honor for you, and it speaks a lot about your talent and the talent that NNU is bringing in. If we can send somebody to a U.S. Olympic team tryout, so congratulations on that.
Yeah, thank you.
And then another thing that people might not know, December we'll start the second season. Talk a little bit about the fact that you'll be playing basketball for NNU this year.
I'm super excited. I live with like 3 basketball players, and so I don't know, I just feel like I'm at home with them, and I know all of them pretty well already, and I just get along super well. So I think it'll be a great experience, and like I miss basketball a lot, and it's been 3 years, and so like who knows, I'm kind of going in with it right now with no expectations, but I don't know, I just want to be a good teammate and help them out and just do whatever I can for them to succeed.
Of course, the main focus, volleyball for the next 4 months.
Yeah, yeah, my focus is definitely on volleyball right now.
Senior year for volleyball. What makes this a good year for you? What do you have to go to nationals? Do you have to win games there? Or if the team doesn't make it that far, will you be happy with anything else?
I obviously want to advance in the national tournament, and I'm probably going to be heartbroken if we don't, but I don't know, this team, NNU just creates such a good environment that I know no matter what, like we're going to have fun, and we're going to work hard, and we're going to do the best that we can do, so yeah.
Down to the Ore Digger Classic this weekend. That's where kind of the whole run started last year with a couple of big upsets down there. And San Bernardino, I believe, first match of the official season, a team that, a powerhouse, is usually hosting the regional tournament. How excited are you guys to play one of the best teams in the nation right out the first match of the year?
We definitely have our work cut out for us, but I'm really excited, and I don't know, we just got to take it. We have 4 good days of practice before we play, so we just got to get as ready as we can be.
Well, I appreciate you joining us. Good luck this season.
Thank
and
you.
good luck in basketball and everything else. Thank you, Elayna.